Deep sea creatures you didn't know existed. We all know there are many things in the deep dark ocean that we know little to nothing about, but don't worry, we've got it covered. In this video, we've gathered for you 10 of the weirdest sea creatures you didn't know existed. If you're interested, then please keep watching. Number 1. Wolftrap anglerfish. Wolftrap anglerfish of the species Lasiognathus amphiorhamphus are deep-sea anglers living at over 13,000 feet in depth. They got their name from their unique jaw. Their lower jaw is tiny relative only to their enormous upper jaw, which is wider with flaps that close over the lower jaw. Both jaws are lined with sharp teeth, the upper jaw having longer curved or hooked fangs. Like other anglerfish, they have a lure looking much like a fishing line that hangs over that oppressive jaw. Now, as these creatures live at such deep lengths, light is almost non-existent. That fish line has a bioluminescent lure at the end, which itself has hooks. This lure they use as bait to attract the small bony fishes and occasionally small invertebrates such as compodes and misted shrimp that they eat. Number 2. Barley Fish. A bizarre deep-water fish called the barley has a transparent head and tubular eyes. Since the fish's discovery in 1939, biologists have known the eyes were very good at collecting light, but their shape seemed to leave the fish with tunnel vision. Now, scientists say the eyes rotate, allowing the barley to see directly forward or look upward through its transparent head. The barley is adapted for life in a pitch-black environment of the deep sea, where sunlight does not reach. They use their ultra-sensitive tubular eyes to search for the faint silhouettes of prey overhead. Scientists had thought the eyes were fixed in an upward gaze, however. This would make it impossible for the fish to see what was directly in front of them, and very difficult for them to capture prey with their small, pointed mouths. Number 3. Hatchet Fish. The deep-sea hatchet fish gets its name from the distinct hatchet-like shape of its body. It's a member of the Sternotipchidia family of deep-sea fishes. There are about 45 individual species of hatchet fish that vary in size from 1 to 6 inches. They are most well known for their extremely thin bodies, which really do resemble the blade of a hatchet. They should not be confused with the freshwater hatchet fish commonly seen in home aquariums. Hatchet fishes are one of the many deep-sea creatures that have the ability to create their own light through a process known as bioluminescence. These fish have special light-producing organs known as photophores that run along the length of their bodies. These photophores produce light by means of a chemical reaction similar to that of the land-based firefly. Since these light organs point downward, it is believed they are used to hide the fish from predators through the process of counter-illumination. Number 4. Monkfish. Monkfish are deep-water bottom dwellers, mostly harvested in the North Atlantic from coastal Norway to the Mediterranean. Rather than swimming, they use their fins to walk along the ocean floor and search for prey. They are voracious feeders and will eat nearly anything that swims nearby. This kind of fish is very known to be eaten and is a really tasty fish too. Each fish contains 2 thick fillets, generally weighing between 1 and 4 pounds on either side of the spine. The tail is prized for its tenderness and mild flavor, and is the part of the fish most commonly sold. There is flavorful meat located in the cheeks as well, but this cut is not commonly harvested in America. Monkfish have small eyes, rows of fang-like teeth, and large heads and mouths. The tail is the only edible part of this fish. When filleted, the flesh is bright white and the texture and mouthfeel are often compared to that of a cooked lobster. Number 5. Sarcastic fringehead. Yes, there's an actual fish that is called like that, obviously because of its weird and creepy looks. These fish are found along open coastlines on sand or hard mud bottoms, outside the breaker zone in depths of 10 to 240 feet. They live in various kinds of shelters such as empty clam or snail shells, abandoned burrows, and cracks in clay or rock outcroppings. They also find human trash such as cans and bottles satisfactory as a home worth protecting. Whatever the shelter used, a sarcastic fringehead claims it as its home territory, furiously defending it against intruders. The larger the container, the larger the fringe head occupying it. Number 6. Northern stargazer. This unfortunate looking fish is called the northern stargazer, which sounds romantic, but it's definitely not. The northern stargazer buries itself in the sand of the ocean floor and lies in wait for its prey. When it senses food is nearby, it can use a jolt of electricity to stun its prey and subsequently devour it. It also has a gigantic mouth, which, luckily for its camouflage, no prey can identify quickly enough. Once in the vicinity of its gaping pie hole, no small fish nor crustacean is safe as it quickly expands and devours it whole. You might think, but how could any fish not spot something so ugly? Well, the only thing the stargazer reveals are its eyes, which are situated atop its rugged, spotted, blackish brown body, thus making it nearly invisible to a passerby. Since light is at a premium where the stargazer hunts, it's camouflaged quite well, making dinner easy to catch. Number 7. Black dragonfish. The black dragonfish is a rather strange-looking, long and slender fish that lives in the mesopelagic and bathypelagic waters of the world's oceans, typically found at depths of between 5,000 to 7,000 feet. Among the species' more notable qualities are its distinct-looking, long fang-like teeth, its bioluminescence, its bizarre method of sexual reproduction, and its method of hunting, and also the fact that it greatly resembles the alien from the movie Alien. Like many of the fish that live within the deep layers of the ocean, the black dragonfish can produce its own light. In contrast to nearly any other species, though, the black dragonfish can produce light in the red infrared range as well as in the blue-green range that most other deep-sea fish do. This gives the species the enormous advantage of being able to provide light for itself that most other species can't perceive, as infrared isn't visible to most animals. Number 8. Gulper eel. The gulper eel is a subspecies of eel that typically occurs in the temperate and tropical waters worldwide. It has an elongated body and tiny eyes. Gulper eels are found in Australia. Crustaceans make up much part of the eel's diet. It is also known as pelican eel or umbrella mouth gulper. As compared to the body, the gulper eel has an unusual large mouth. They are able to open their mouths wide open to swallow much larger prey. The lower jaws of the fish appear to be pelican, which is why the eel earns its name. Unlike most other fish species, the gulper eel lacks swim bladers and scales. They don't have pelvic fins either. These are major features that fish possess, but gulper eels do not. Although the eel is a deep-sea living species, yet it has very small eyes. Also, there is a luminous organ at the end of its tail. And speaking of the tail, these fish have got long ones which help it move underwater. Number 9. Fangtoothfish. Looking like it just swam out of a horror movie is the amazing fangtooth. This menacing creature haunts the deep waters of many of the world's oceans. It gets its name from its rather impressive looking teeth, which are actually the largest teeth of any fish in the ocean when taken in proportion to body size. Because of its unusually grotesque appearance, the fangtooth has earned the nickname auger fish. It is also referred to by some as the common saber tooth. Although the fish may look like a true monster, it is actually a small fish, reaching a maximum length of only 6 inches. It has a short, deep body and with a large head and mouth. The head contains numerous mucus cavities separated by serrated ridges. However, these cavities are covered over with thin skin. Number 10. Black swallower. Notable for its ability to swallow fish larger than itself, the black swallower feeds on bony fishes, which are swallowed whole. With its great distensible stomach, it is capable of swallowing prey over twice its length and 10 times its mass. Its upper jaws are articulated with the skull at the front via the suspensorium, which allows the jaw to swing down and encompass objects larger than the swallower's head. Scientists speculated that the swallower seizes prey fishes by the tail, and then walks its jaws over the prey until it is fully coiled inside the stomach. Black swallowers have been found to have swallowed fish so large they could not be digested before decomposition set in, and the resulting release of gases forced the swallower to the ocean surface. This is, in fact, how most known specimens came to be collected.